Kia ora, and welcome to the Beer Jerk Beer of the Week Drink Along, where every week we discover an interesting beer and we chat a little bit about the story behind it and the people that made it. I'm Luke, and this week we're drinking Big Banana that absolutely stinks of banana, as you might hope for in a beer called Big Banana. So this is definitely going to be a divisive beer. I know there's a lot of haters out there, banana haters. So sorry if you're one of those people, but for everyone else, I think you're going to love it. This is a beer from Rhyme and Reason, who've been kicking around a few years now. I think it was in 2017 they kicked off down in Wanaka, and it's Jess, who's a fantastic brewer who've been brewing in New South Wales, and her partner Simon, who's an engineer by trade. And they, I think I did read somewhere that they were planning to open a brewery in New South Wales, and then they came back to Wanaka to visit and realised that it's bloody lovely. So I'm very happy that they've opened up there, because it's a really cool little spot. Next time you're down in Wanaka, definitely go and visit them. It's a little beer mecca. There's lots of interesting beer things going on down there. There's also Ground Up and a bunch of other cool local breweries. So definitely pop in and see the Rhyme and Reason gang, who are a pretty cool gang making some really interesting beers and having a lot of fun with their can artwork. There's a beer of theirs coming up in the premium advent calendar. Little plug there, we still have some premium advent calendars left, so get your order in quickly. You probably won't receive it for December 1st, to be honest, if you order it right now, but it'll be a lot of fun catching up on the first couple of days. So Jess, as I mentioned, is a very, very good brewer, and Simon is an engineer who has he's got an expertise in packaging and beer especially. So he started a company called Micro Brewtech, I believe it's called. They make canning lines. So there's a lot of canning lines around Australasia that have been made by his company, which is very cool. So obviously he had quite a big part to play in piecing together their brewery in Wanaka and making sure that it is all excellently packaged. We do often see beer that has packaging issues with, well, oxygen in there is a major thing, with seaming issues with the cans. And that was a major issue behind the end of Deep Creek, unfortunately, because they sent a load of beer to China, a huge order of container loads, but they had a seaming issue. So the importers obviously didn't want to pay for beer that they couldn't sell. So that was sort of the final straw that broke the camel's back with those guys. But you will not have problems from Rhyme and Reason, for obvious reasons. This is a very banana-y tasting beer. It's quite a clever beer. They've really elevated the banana aspect of it. So a Hefeweizen is a very traditional German style, been around for at least 500 years, considerably longer than that. Originally, Hefeweizen was only allowed to be brewed by noble families in Bavaria, and it took quite a lot of work to change the law. It was in the law of Bavaria, like before Germany was a country even, that only nobles could brew it. So for common folk to be able to brew it was a bit of a revelation, really changed things. And bananas, of course, were only introduced into Europe in 1800s, I'd say. Maybe I should do more research before recording these videos. But when we drink a wheat beer, the dominant flavour is banana, and that's from the yeast that's used in there. So when you stress out this kind of yeast, it gives you even more banana flavour. You often get things like clove, bubblegum, really wonderful, unusual flavours that you're not used to if you're not used to drinking wheat beer. But for many hundreds of years, the Bavarians were very, very used to drinking wheat beer. And I always love the thought of the first Bavarians to ever eat a banana, to eat one, and they were saying to each other, "Oh, mein Gott, das schmeckt wie Hefeweizen," because for them, a banana tastes like wheat beer, because wheat beer's been around forever. Banana was the new thing, and that also comes down to the yeast. So the yeast that's present on bananas when they're flowers is what gives the bananas their big aroma and flavour, and it's the same genus of yeast. I'm not a biologist, I don't know exactly how that works, but it's right. So this is a really lovely example. It's not super cloudy, it's quite clear, quite light in colour, more like a Kristallweizen. As I say, they've really stressed the yeast, they've really elevated the banana character. And it's a bit traditional, but it's also got that kind of like Nesquik vibe, which to a lot of people think about these artificial banana flavors. And when you had, I'm not sure if you have them in New Zealand, but in England, you have these little foam banana sweeties that people always think of as being a fake banana flavor. But that's only recently, because the banana flavor that comes from is a variety of banana that's now extinct, that was the popular banana style around the world. But they became extinct, and now the bananas that we all know and love from our daily banana eating experiences are the Cavendish banana that tastes a little bit different. So that's why artificial banana tastes artificial. It didn't always taste artificial, it tasted just like bananas until that kind of banana went extinct. Anyway, I need to run. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Rhyme and Reason for making some really cool, really innovative and interesting beers. It's been far too long since I've been down to Wanaka, so I definitely need to book a trip and come down and visit the brewery again. Thank you for being part of the Beer Joke journey. I look forward to seeing you again next week. But before then, I'll be seeing you, for all of you wonderful people that have bought the premium advent calendar, where we're going to do this every single day through December. So that kicks off on Friday. As I say, this is pretty much your last chance. Get in there and order one if you haven't already. If you have ordered one, yeah, I'll be seeing you again here on YouTube on Friday. Cheers.